Hey, I'm DIY Gemini, and today we're going to be making the easiest floating shelves you can make for a small space. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're in my room. So this is the front door to my room. I have a lot of shoes, and I don't have a lot of space to put them. So most of my shoes are actually underneath my bed. All my heels, all of the summer shoes that I don't need right now. But I needed a spot for all of my dailies, all of the most reach for shoes. So last year I decided, why not use the space behind my door? Very limited, but it's still useful, right? So last year I decided to build these two shelves here for all my daily rotations. So of course I got two new babies to add to the collection. So we're gonna add two more shelves up here and up here. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make these shelves. Let's go. So the space I have available to me is the space between the wall and the mirror and the wall to the door. So this way, the wall to the door is about 5 3/8 inch, and the wall to the mirror is about 17.5 inches. Before we begin, I wanted to say all the materials needed for this project are listed in the description. I have 3/4 inch thick wood here. I'm going to use my circle saw to cut, but you can also use a hand saw or a miter saw to do this step. Now I could stop there and leave the shelves with a straight edge, but my other two shelves I made have edges that are rounded for aesthetics and also for safety reasons since I am a big klutz. So we're gonna do the same with these. What I'm going to do is draw a rough quarter circle with my pencil, and then I'll use a jigsaw to do this cut. Let's give this a light sand with 180 grit and then 220 grit. You can absolutely do this by hand, but I have my orbit sander here, so I'm just going to use that. Next, we're going to apply the pre-stain to the wood. This allows the stain to have a more even absorption and avoids splotchy application. Mine says to apply, wipe off the excess, and then let the conditioner soak for 30 minutes before applying the stain. After 30 minutes, we can apply the wood stain. I'm using American walnut. I definitely highly recommend using gloves, as stain can be really hard to get off your skin. Give it a good stir. I'm just using a foam brush for this, but you can also use a rag or a regular brush. Just make sure you dispose of it safely. We're going to apply it in the same direction of the grain. Don't over apply, just enough to cover the wood, and then after 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to wipe any excess away. This reduces the splotchy result. Definitely do this in a well-ventilated area, preferably outside, because this stuff stinks and it's really not good to breathe in. Let the first coat dry for about an hour. Mine looks pretty good with one coat, so we're ready to go ahead and apply a protective coat of polyacrylic. This helps protect the wood from scratches and keep the stain from fading as much over time. As you can see, it's winter and the sun is already down at 5 p.m., but it is what it is. We gotta keep moving. Okay, so it's been a couple hours and our shelves are dry. So to attach our shelves to the wall, we are gonna use some shelf brackets. I have these ones today. These are what I used for the last two shelves as well. They are low profile is what I like about them, and they're gonna give that floating effect of the shelves when you're viewing it from out far. I'll link these in the description below. These are, I think, like 4 for $21 on Amazon when I got them. They come with their own screws, and they come with their own drywall screws too, which is really nice. All right, so the new shelves are going to be the same distance that I have the other two shelves. So what I have is 10.5 in between both of these bottom shelves here. So it's going to same thing. Measure our 10.5. I'm going to draw our line. I have a level here. Since our wood is 3/4 inch thick, we're going to add that to 10.5 to put our next shelf, so that accounts for the shelf here, so that the spacing is still 10.5 inches in between each shelf. So 10.5 plus 3/4 would be 11.25. I'm going to measure that out, and again we're going to put a level here. Okay, so I'm not really sure if you can see, but here is the 10.5 spacing for the first shelf. The bottom of the shelf is gonna go here. And then we have our next shelf up here. That's still 10.5 between this one and this one. To make our lives a little easier, we're gonna put some painter's tape on the wall side of the bracket, which is this short L piece here. With a pencil or screwdriver, poke the holes through the tape. This will be your guide on where to drill on the wall. Now, I made the mistake of lining it to the bottom of the line we drew, but it's not a huge deal. What I was supposed to do is take the tape, flip it 180 degrees, and line it on top of the line that we drew. Try to match the edge as close as you can with that line, since we know that line is level. I got some drywall screws here that came with the brackets. Personally, I'm just going to use the outer 2 screws to attach the bracket to the wall. It's better to have the outer 2 rather than just the middle one, because having the outer 2 will prevent the bracket from tilting left and right. We're going to use a drill bit the size of the drywall screws and pop the drywall screws in there, and then just going to use a mallet to lightly perspade it all the way through. Okay, before we're screwing all the screws in, we're gonna make sure everything is super level. Let me see. Looking good. Yes. Let's screw this bad boy in. Once the shelves are determined to be level for the millionth time, we can now screw in our brackets all the way into the wall. Look at that, it looks so good. Yay! Little off, it's okay. It's fine, it's fine, it's cool. It's better to pre-drill the holes to avoid splitting, so let's do that. Place your shelf on the brackets, make sure it's in position, then use a marker and mark the holes at the bottom of your shelves. Then we'll drill shallow holes to help guide our screw. Be careful not to drill all the way through though. Now we're ready to put it all together. Wow, okay, cute. Look at that. Such an easy and quick project to do. It only takes a couple hours to a day or so, depending how many shelves you're doing. I love that I have room for now my new very colorful shoes that I have on the wall. I can see so many applications for these other than just shoes. You could use this in your bathroom, put like toilet paper over the toilet, or you can put like cotton balls or Q-tips by your sink or your vanity. You can also hold maybe your pop figures or pictures or something. You can hold your collectible items or something that you want to show off, like frames or something. You can add a lip to the front by adding just like a piece of dowel in the front if you wanted to. You could do so many other things with this. Very easy to do. Let me know in the comments below what you would use these shelves for. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at HiDIYGemini, and I will see you at the next one. Bye. Ooh, I don't know. These shelves for, why is that a tongue twister? Okay.